Okay, General Manager Luke Garrard, before we make the trip to Maidenhead United tomorrow. Luke, first of all, we'll just start. How are the boys feeling after last Saturday? What's the morale like in the camp?
Positive result.
Yeah.
Spoke about it after. I felt we'd probably done enough to win a game of football. Disappointed not to leave York with 3 points, and obviously with the bench we had available, I think it was a good return. Another really positive week. Go to Maidenhead, we've had a really good start to the season, but the focus is going to get maximum points come 5 PM on Saturday.
I suppose that over the last 2 weeks you haven't had the luxury of rotating the squad, so you've had to field almost a carbon copy side week in, week out. Is there any fatigue in the squad, or are you feeling that the boys are still feeling ready for this game tomorrow?
Naturally there's going to be fatigue. We haven't had the luxury of, like you suggest, to utilise a squad of players. We went in the bank holiday weekend with 11 recognised outfield players. We went to York, we named a couple, but they're still nearing their return. We're thankful that Payne, Steve-O are going to be available for selection tomorrow, which gives you a better look on your bench. We're obviously still awaiting the news on Jama, David Agbontoma, but to boast a potential bench like we did on Saturday, to be able to utilise the Dave Stevens, the Jack Payne and Andrew Balanta, it aids us with an opportunity of getting a result come Saturday. But in terms of the players, yeah, there is probably a little bit more fatigue than what we wanted, but we've had a free week this week. We've tapered their week in terms of training, and we got no excuses of going to Maidenhead tomorrow fully fit and raring to go. Yeah,
I remember after York I mentioned that it's obviously been a difficult period with injuries, and it was going to be a bit of light at the end of the tunnel this week. Are you starting to feel that a bit more in the dressing room?
100%. You can see that when we're on the grass. You've been around with your camera. We got personnel back training. It has been tough. We've probably been hit the hardest in the division. You look at it, there's a lot of injuries at Altrincham as well, and I don't know what it is. It'd be interesting to see if you could do some sort of test, or I don't know, in terms of document what and why there is injuries at this stage of the season and why there's been so many. We're looking inside on what we're doing, our methods. We haven't changed in 2-3 years, and in a minute we've been hit. But yeah, there is light at the end of the tunnel. We've got personnel back. We have got a squad there tomorrow. There's no excuses. We had no excuses going to York. We've had no excuses going to Oxford City. Playing Barnet here. We're still where we felt we had an 11 to go and win a game of football. We need to ensure that we perform to a level we know we can and deliver on getting a result tomorrow.
Yeah, Maidenhead then. What are you expecting from them tomorrow?
4 clean sheets prior to Bromley. Really well drilled, well organised. You know what Dev's teams are about. He's been about. I think he's a fantastic manager at the level. He strains everything out of his teams. They give him everything. They've had a few changes. The likes of Barrett, Aqua going out the building, but they brought in Zimba, the boy on loan from Cardiff. I love Smith. I think he's a very talented individual. They brought in Petit, centre of the park. Yeah, look, we know that they've got a hill. We've spoke about that. There's many ways of playing up it. There's many ways of playing down it, and we need to ensure that we stick to the game plan. But it's about us. I said to you last week, Neil Ardley, we didn't know what he was going to do. Was he going to try and play out, play through, a back 3, a back 4? We've focused heavily on us this week and about how we can hurt them. We feel that there's chinks in their armour, but they have a lot of strengths. We need to nullify them to ensure we get 3 points.
Yeah, looking at us then, we're one of the sides who haven't scored a goal in the first half. Is that something that you're concerned about? Is that something you're working on?
Yeah, listen, it is most definitely starting games on the front foot. We addressed it in terms of when you get the first goal in the division, fundamentally you get a result. More than likely you get a win. We've scored first in one game against Halifax and we got a win. Everyone else we've gone behind, whether that was Gateshead, whether that was Altrincham, Solihull. We clawed one back against Solihull, but the first goal in any game is massive. We spoke about it, we address it. We talk about it literally just before we get out, getting the ascendancy and getting in their half, getting the first corner free kick thrown down the side of their 18 because you get on the front foot. So it is something that's been addressed, it is something that's spoken about. We need to ensure that we come right out of the blocks tomorrow and get right in Maidenhead's faces to go and get a win.